We want to set a lap record on the Nürburgring Nordschleife in the tourist traffic condition. That means we take a Taycan, which is from stock, from the dealer, like that. Summer tires, we have to live with the conditions, we have to live with the traffic, we have to live with all the environmental factors, even like the sun which is coming out now, luckily. So all that is influencing these factors.
We can call this a real world tourist traffic Nürburgring lap record.
Exactly that's what we have created now. Gas, 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 gas. And WIPPERMANN, cutting the curb. And stop.
You were driving as fast as you could, right? And to commentate all through while going flat out is pretty impressive.
So, all together, we are going on our first information lap. We want to check how the track conditions are and how the car feels and what the situation is giving us. I go on normal in this case. Range makes no sense, will be way too slow. And I let all the cars overtake. So our definition was we take 2 laps in the tourist traffic and the second lap will be the lap. So first lap, car and conditions. Going with that Taycan 4S here on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, and I'm already trying to push a little bit to just see how the car behaves. Brake and battery temperature, these are the 2 factors which are very important. So in that way I try to check my information, the battery temperature and the range. These are the aspects which are very, very specific. We are overtaking right now in Nissan Skyline. Yeah, he gives us a sign just to make sure that everything is in order. My first introduction lap was to check how do the brake feel, how is the traffic situation, are there any construction areas on the circuit, and so on and so on. So you try to figure all that out to get a feeling, because I only had that shot to actually guess if the car is capable of something, if the tires are working good enough, or how much I can push the car. But of course I'm not pushing the car too much in my inspection lap. I just try to check what is the car capable of, how does it behave here in the carousel, yeah? Are we touching the surface because the car is lower than a 911? In the moment I'm in the sport mode, so I have still 1 mode left. But of course, I also need to take care that the brakes are in good conditions when I'm coming back. Expect the unexpected. So I have had experiences in my life with prototypes when they completely broke down. So taking a car from stock, taking it on the Nürburgring could also mean that after 1 lap the brakes are gone. That could mean it. And in that way I just want to make sure that I don't do anything super stupid. I was responsible for the whole situation, so that's why I took so much care. Everything was working fine and unexpected fine. Really good. I was not expecting such consistency in brake performance, in consumption, power. Very good. No temperature issues.
When we think of the Nürburgring, we think of the Nordschleife, the 20.8 kilometer long north loop that Sir Jackie Stewart dubbed the Green Hell. For me, it's impossible to think of the Nürburgring without thinking of Niki Lauda because of his crash at BERGWERK, but also because Niki Lauda is the only driver to have lapped the Nürburgring in under 7 minutes in a Formula 1 car. And of course, there's that other almost mythical number that we associate with the Nürburgring, which is 6 minutes 11.13 seconds because of Stefan Belloff and his lap record. Of course, at the same time, I would like to say I have a lot of respect for Timo Bernhard because of what he did. And also because of his history at Le Mans. For me as a motorsport enthusiast, does Belloff's record hold more value? Yes, for sure, because it was a race car built to specification and he did it during a race weekend. So of course, this was Porsche going there with Timo Bernhard, with engineers, with tires, and yeah, with a car that was no longer built to race specification. So if you're a motorsport enthusiast, I'm sure even Timo Bernhard still holds Stefan Belloff's record to very high regard in his own mind.
So, my dear friends and fans, as soon as we come to the gate, we will start the time, yeah, and we will prepare for our record attempt in the Taycan 4S. Record attempt means we want to set in these environmental conditions the best possible time. Go to Sport Plus, let a little bit space, and start under the bridge, and go. So time is running. So now I also need to calculate traffic, because that is, as I'm saying, it's a Nordschleife, Nürburgring tourist traffic. And we want to see what the car can do. I have to observe my informations like battery temperature and stuff like that, and now I'm trying to catch the Golf. I'm in the Sport Plus mode with 486 HP. Car sounds super. Battery temperature 32 degrees. Oh, interesting stuff. The car becomes light and you feel the heave, you feel the heaviness on the brake, so you have to take care that you don't brake too late. Oh, and it's yellow on the track. Yellow on the track. Achtung, gelb auf der Strecke, Überholverbot. Ja, jemand abgeflogen. Rekordfahrt also nicht möglich. Ja? Und das ist natürlich auch die Sache, die jetzt schwierig wird. So, record attempt time is impossible because it's yellow on the track. It's yellow on the track. Yellow on the track means overtaking is forbidden. Ja, jemand ist hier abgeflogen, someone crashed and dirtied the track, and that is what happens when you are in the tourist traffic. That is actually the issue. Yeah, after that I can go back to acceleration after the problem and try to check what the car is telling us. So now we are chasing this Golf. Yeah? Record-breaking Golf, by the way. That means it's a car which is driving under 8 minutes under record conditions. That means in the industry timings. Or on the lap record track, because we are in the tourist traffic. So that means it's a different track condition in total. Yeah, you're missing the Döttinger Höhe. So we want to create our own record conditions. And we are getting closer to that Club Sport S or Club Sport. Somewhere there, and it consumes energy, but it's all fine. The car still accelerates. There's nothing which slows us down. Yeah, so I have to check a situation where I can overtake that car. Brakes also feeling very well. So inside is very important. And then accelerate when the steering opens. Ja, also immer erst auslenken, dann beschleunigen. Wenn man das missachtet, wird es schwierig. So, jetzt gucken wir, dass wir hier an den Jungs vorbeikommen. Ja, immer Vorsicht geboten, das ist eben tatsächlich das, was man am Ende des Tages braucht. Ja, wenn die Jungs nicht aufpassen, kommt man nicht vorbei. Wir haben hier über 100.000 Euro unterm Hintern und es ist ein Clubsport S tatsächlich. Ja, also Auto fährt weit unter 8 Minuten. So, und Achtung, wir fahren an ihm vorbei. Ja? So, und gucken, dass alles im Rahmen bleibt und Gas, 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 raus aus der Ecke. Und Ex-Mühle hoch und hier müssen wir Schwung mitnehmen, das ist wichtig. Ja, Ex-Mühle, you have to carry the speed. The club sport is still behind us. Here taking care, the car is heavier than a normal car, that I have to calculate. Bergwerk, same situation. So I have to look in advance, I can carry the most amount of speed into that corner because everything now is uphill. Battery temperature 37, so we are still in good conditions. 64% battery capacity. I have to also come back to a charger. And looking ahead, looking ahead. Everything should be full, but care, care, care. A little bit on the brakes and back to acceleration. And the car pushes to the outside. So this is crazy. You can feel the weight. A little braking only and back to acceleration. So this can go better when you have different tires. But we have just summer tires. Just Michelin Sport 4. Keep it on the inside, Ronny. And look where you want to go. Open the steering wheel. Reduce the resistance. Steering resistance is a problem when you want to beat times. So now into the carousel. Inside. And keeping it on the inside. Look where you want to go, Ronny. Remind yourself and continuing. Gas, 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 gas. Yeah. E36 BMW and there's a Ford Focus ST. And that car we will also catch immediately. Braking, releasing, back to acceleration, little acceleration. Patience in that area here. And on the inside again. Late apex and open the steering. Hedwigshöhe, and we continue. So here we can let roll normally, but the car is very well behaving. And WIPPERMANN cutting the curb. And inside again, yeah. Attention that we are not coming too early to the outside because Eschbach is a quite fast corner because it has a banking. Ja, also Eschbach hat eine Überhöhung. Und Achtung, Achtung. Back to acceleration, open the steering wheel. Tend to brake into the corner. Little acceleration and when the steering opens, then we can accelerate more. Very well. Das war gut in der Ecke. Achtung, Bremse beobachten. Ja, wird die wärmer durch die Hitze. Im Moment ist alles super. 42 degrees. Battery temperature, I think we have a gap until 50 degrees. 55% battery capacity. So it looks like we can do even one more lap maybe after that. And now it becomes interesting. We come closer to the BELLOF-S. Stefan Belloff-S. And this is the way back. Oh, the brake feels very good, very stable. We have a steel brake, by the way. Schwalbenschwanz, late apex and open early. You can carry more speed than you expect. And now the small carousel. Squeezing the tires out. The car feels very good. Very nice. And we have capacity left. And now Galgenkopf. This is the entrance. Close to Döttinger Höhe, yeah? And not too much slowing down. And back to acceleration. And Döttinger Höhe. And we stop at the gate. We stop at the gate. And stop. And we lost at least 45 seconds minimum. So I think I could have driven in 8 minutes or something if we would have used the whole track. Yeah, traffic.
It's not so bad then.
Yellow flag, but dry conditions.
Excuses, excuses, excuses.
That is the first thing a race driver has learned. Excuses.
It's not so bad.
No, it's okay. I would describe it like that. We have done 8 minute 26.52 as a time, which is excluding the Döttinger Höhe, and which is a time which is made in the tourist traffic condition. So that means I have had to live with maybe wet conditions or the traffic itself. A yellow flag was also on the road, stuff like that, a lot of disturbing things, but we have decided for that. I had 2 laps, 1 inspection lap, 1 counted lap, and of course it is a time which could be beaten easily, because these moments which I have spent behind or in yellow are like maybe 30, 40, 50, 1 minute worth. Yeah, I cannot really calculate, but in the moment nobody else has done it with a Taycan 4S, had the courage to go with that car on the racetrack in the tourist traffic conditions, so of course we can call us a world champion.